Oh my goodness, look at the garden. I mean, that's a tomato plant. It is taller than Chris. It's got like a blue million tomatoes on it. And there's two of them. And then we kind of freaked out because I thought that we bought beefsteak tomatoes. These are not beefsteak tomatoes, people. These are teeny. So I'm not sure what's going on. There are some bigger ones down there, but you can't really tell. And then these got a bite taken out of them by something. I don't know what could actually get up here to take a bite out of them. Oh, look there. Is it you? Are you eating my tomatoes? You are. Look at these guys. You see that caterpillar? He's eating my tomatoes. What do I do about that? I'm not much of a farmer. I mean, there's enough on here I can just share with him, I think. Seriously, there's a bunch. Okay, and then the cucumber plant. And it's like running out here into the yard. Like Chris and I have never grown anything before, so this is all new to us. And I don't even see any cucumbers on this thing yet. I hope it gets some. But it's over there. Check it out. And then we have corn, and look. Is that corn? I mean, is that going to turn into corn? Like I said, we are not farmers. We just planted this stuff like, maybe we'll grow something. We didn't know. But look, I think that, ooh, there's a bug on me. Oh gosh. Okay, so I think that might be corn. I'm not sure, people. It may not be. Who knows? But yeah, I'm so proud of the garden. I can't believe it's actually making things. So we'll see what happens with it. There's actually a green pepper plant underneath that tomato. If you can see it down there, it's poor little leaves hanging out, but I don't think it's going to turn into anything. Oh, but maybe there is. There is a baby green pepper right there. Can you see it? Maybe it will turn into something. I don't know. It's all a mystery. I've never really grown anything like this before. Not actual food. I've grown flowers. So yeah, and look out the window there. Sebastian! Kitty, kitty, kitty! There he is. He's watching. So Sadie's getting ready to go for a walk, and I'm getting eaten up by mosquitoes. So let's go. We'll go for a walk? Oh yeah. Okay, let's go. Come on. I don't think all of YouTube has ever really seen you awake. Go on. I'm coming. Go on. We'll go for a walk? Come on. All right, there we go. Check her out. She is prissy. There she goes. So we're walking down our street. Sadie, where are you going? She loves to go for a walk. It's like her favorite thing ever. When you say it, she gets so excited and so happy. So we're just going to walk down to the end of the road and back because the mosquitoes are like eagles out here. They're terrible. And I'm allergic to North Carolina mosquitoes, apparently. West Virginia mosquitoes were not this vicious. North Carolina mosquitoes, when they bite you, they make sores, like real sores. The West Virginia mosquitoes just itched real bad. Over here, Sadie. Over here. Come on. There she goes. But yeah, the mosquitoes come out in droves, like, I mean, they are vicious things. Sadie, what are you doing? What are you doing? She saw a cat. We were out here earlier, and she doesn't know she's supposed to chase cats because she's grown up with a cat. So she just looked at it, and it looked at her, and like, you could see the fear all over it. And it started running, and she just stood there and looked at it like, well, what's your problem? You ready to go back home? Huh? You ready to go back home? Yeah? You gonna wag your tail about that? No? Okay, let's go on this way. All right, we'll be back in a minute. Okay, you ready to go back home? Come on. Yep. I love her tail. Don't get over there by the trash cans. Come on. What is it? What do you see? Huh? What is it? Come on. It's time to go. We gotta go film a video making a mermaid. You tired now? I mean, that was a big yawn. Come on. Okay, so here we are. Sadie is rolling around on the bed behind me. I don't know what she's doing, making some sort of nest in the pillows, but I am going to, this is the second video of mine in the Inspiration Beading Challenge. So, did you all see Brittany's video? It was so good. Oh my gosh, that necklace was stunning. I am just overwhelmed. I love those polymer clay beads, and Brittany, you need to do a tutorial because I've tried polymer clay and I suck at it, but I would love to be able to make those beads. They were beautiful. So yeah, highly impressed. Highly impressed with Brittany's abilities there. So, but today we're going to make a mermaid. You guys want to make a mermaid? So I am going to do a mermaid pendant today and show you how I do it. It's a lot of fun and you can get so creative with these. You can do all kinds of different things. So let me get this out of the way and I will tell you what you're going to need. So the first thing you're going to need is some wire. Now this is 22, is it 22 gauge? Yes, 22 gauge, just silver wire. I don't know if it's soft, I don't know if it's hard, I have no idea because I don't do much wire work, but we do need a piece of 22 gauge wire, and I cut it kind of long because I want to make sure I have enough room to do everything that I'm going to do or want to do with her. So I'm going to say about 8-9 inches is probably a good length to do this wire. And I have this handy dandy little wire tool, and everybody's trying to tell me how to use it. I think you just do it like this. No. Oh, I think you do it like this. Yes, you do. Okay, yeah. I was so, like, I couldn't figure this thing out. And then everybody was like, no, you're holding it wrong. And so, but I can't, I have to grab the wire with pliers when I do it this. Yeah, but look how it does straighten the wire out. Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen? I mean, seriously, who invented that? Yeah, so there you go. Get a little piece of straight wire. Okay. So you're going to need your wire, and then you're going to need lots of head pins. Now these are teeny tiny little head pins. I don't know where these came from. I don't know why anybody would ever actually make a head pin this small. I've never had anything to use it on before, but I think it might work for this. So we'll see. You will need a couple of interesting shapes of beads. So I'm going to use this long bead for the like body on the mermaid, okay? I'm going to use this bead, which is a clear bead, kind of shaped like a butterfly. I don't know, it's not really a butterfly, but I'm going to use that for like her little chest area. And then I've got another bead up here for her head. This is an 8mm bead. I'm not sure what the size is on this. They came together in a package. So, but any 8mm, I had a pearl in my hand before, but then I decided I wanted to use this one because it matched that one so well. And then you're going to need something for her tail. So this is a, just like a connector. And I had all kinds of, the first one that I had pulled out, I'll show you just so you can see the kind of different things you can do with it. I was almost going to use this one because it looks like a tail shape. But then I realized, number one, I didn't want to go with gold on this. And number two, it had two, holders there, which I could have worked around, but I don't know, the fact that it was gold too was another strike against it, so I just ditched it. You could also use something like this. So you just want something that could be a tail on the end of her little body here, okay? And so I'm going to use this one. And I'm debating whether to cut this second link off or not. I probably will, but we'll see how it goes. Anyway, that's going to be her tail. Okay, then you're going to need lots and lots of bead caps. Okay, so I've got this bead cap here, and then I like pointy bead caps for this project because we're going to make the part going down here to her body or her tail. I don't know how you want to describe it, but it'll make sense when we get to it. But I think pointy bead caps look good on this part. So I have some bigger ones and some smaller ones, pointy bead caps. Okay, and then you're going to need some small bead caps for the top for her head. So like this one, I laid out several because I'm not sure what I want to go with. I'm going to experiment a little bit, but this one might be good for her hair. See how it kind of looks like hair? And then I've got some others because we're going to make like a little crown thing on the top of her head. So I have several different ones here that I can try and see how they look. And I may use them other places on her as well. Okay. Then I've got a little assortment here of some rondelle spacers, some rhinestone ones, and just some regular spacers here. I'm not sure what I'm going to use there yet. I just pulled some stuff out. And then I've got a little dangle for her to hold in her hand. It's a seashell. And we're going to glue in a pearl and make it a little pearl seashell in there. Okay? So I've got a couple pearls. I've got 3 of these seashells because we're also going to do a pair of earrings. So a little pair of earrings and the little dangle for her to hold. All right, now the beads you're going to need. So I've got some of these long shaped beads, which I think are so pretty, and I may use them for her hands at the end, but I'm not totally positive, but we'll just dump them out there. So I've got those. I've got a few other little long shaped beads here. And like I said, I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to use. We're just going to have to see how it comes together. These are kind of hard to totally plan out in advance because sometimes they don't come together the way you think they're going to. So you just have to kind of play around with these. Okay. And then I've got some bicones in several different colors back here. And the bicones are going to go on her tail. They're going to hang off of her tail. She's going to be bejeweled. So she'll be very blingy when we're done and pretty. Okay, so I've got bicones and coordinating colors. Lots of them. And we'll see how it goes with the bicones. I do have some silver spacer beads here. Just a few is all you need. I don't know where I'm going to put them, but I got them. And then I have some of these really pretty rainbow silver seed beads. And I just like the way they looked with these colors. So again, not sure if I'll use them or even where or whatever, but there they are in case we need them. Okay, you're going to need a couple of eye pins. These will be for her arms. And I think that's everything. Your round nose, chain nose, cutters, all that good stuff, all the pliers, okay? So I'm just going to set the earring findings. Oh, and you are going to need ear wires. That's kind of important if you're doing earrings. So I'm going to grab out a couple of ear wires. Okay, so you will need, I'm just going to use a couple fish hooks, and those two don't match. That's not good. Okay, here we go. Oh my goodness, okay. Couple of fish hooks. There we go. All right, so we got that taken care of. Okay, so let's kind of move all this aside. I know it's a lot of little pieces, but it comes together really cute. I'm just going to move some of it aside. So we've got a little room here. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to make her entire body, okay? So I am going to put this bead on first. And then I want a bead cap on the bottom here that will kind of cover up the loop where her tail is going to go. So actually, I did not grab out any bead caps that I think will work for that. So I'm very sorry. I thought I had it all together really well, but apparently I don't. So let me see what I have that might work good to cover up this hole or the loop for her tail. So it needs to be kind of a bead cap that is domed a little bit and will come down and kind of cover. Is that the same one? It is. I just pulled out two of the same things. Okay. So let me see how this will work. So if we put this bead cap, well, actually, if we put one of these on and then this one, let's see what that looks like. And I think I can get the loop up in there and it will not show too much. So that's what we're going to try to do. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our round nose pliers and we're going to make a small loop right here, okay? You don't want it to be real big. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and just bend this at a 90-degree angle and do it like I'm doing a loop on earrings. So I bent it, I left a little much there, I think. Actually, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to roll it like this and kind of make it like a split ring. So make it small, but just roll up. Sadie, she's knocking stuff off my bed. Okay, but just roll it back like this. And if it rolls up a couple times, that's okay. That'll just make it more secure. Okay, so see what I did? I rolled it and double, so it's kind of like a split ring, but not totally. Okay, now let's put this on and see if it covers it well enough to put her tail on there. Yeah, it does. Okay, so see how that goes? Alright, so now, oh, I did forget to tell you you're going to need jump ring. Daggone it. I'm sorry. Jump rings, you will need a few jump rings. Not a lot, but just a few. So I am going to take a jump ring, and I want to try to find a kind of thick one that I feel is a little sturdy, but it needs to be small, okay? So get yourself a little jump ring, and we're just going to put... This one may be too big. Yeah, it is. You need a tiny, tiny jump ring for this. Because it, you don't want it to show too much. I mean, it's okay if it shows a little this attachment here, but you want it to be small. Okay, there we go. And we're just going to jump ring right onto here. Make sure it's closed up good. Putting my glasses on. I don't realize I can't see until I start doing this, and then I'm like, oh, I can't see. I forgot. Okay, so there you have it. And it doesn't totally cover up, so I'm going to get a different... Now see, this is what I'm saying, guys. I'm sorry, but sometimes you just have to experiment around a little bit and see how things work. So if that drives you crazy, I'm sorry about that. You can fast forward. That's how it goes in this studio right here. All right. So here is a little kind of basket shaped one. Let's try this. I just don't really want that jump ring to be hanging out and showing, and that's still not good enough. I don't have a lot of really big bead caps. Did I just call it a jump ring? I'm so sorry. I'm like losing it. It's a bead cap. Definitely a bead cap, not a jump ring. Okay. I don't really have any big bead caps. That's a problem. This I have a feeling is going to be way too big. But let's look at it and see what it does. I have a feeling it's going to be huge though. Well, it is kind of huge, but it really doesn't look bad. That's interesting. Let me look at a couple more things and then we may go with that one. I thought it would be absolutely huge, but it's not really. Let's try this one. This is how you kind of have to experiment and just look around. That one would be okay if it was smaller, but it's just too big. And I've got one more here to give a try. And that I just don't really like at all. I don't know if, can you bend these out? Will this bend out? They kind of will. I wonder if it would look better if they were bent out. It kind of looks like a jellyfish though. I don't think I'm gonna like that. Okay. I don't want a jellyfish hanging on the end of her tail. Okay, well, I guess it looks like we might go with this big one, even though I didn't think it was gonna work. I think it might. And here's one that I've kind of bent out in a flower shape, so let's see what it looks like. You know, actually, I don't hate that. That is not bad at all. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Okay, so we're gonna put the bead cap on, and then I'm gonna layer another bead cap on top of it, just to, yeah, that's really not bad. Okay, then we're gonna put our bead on. Okay, so here's what I've got. Oh, it's gonna end up being huge though. Do I want it to be this big? I don't know. We'll just go with it and see what happens. Okay. Alright, so this is like her tail. So I'm going to take some of these seed beads, and here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put, if they'll go on this wire. They may not. Nope, that one's not going to. I didn't try the seed beads out beforehand because I just didn't. Okay, so we're going to use a spacer, and we're going to put the spacer on here. Just just like this. Make sure you keep everything kind of pushed down. Okay, and then we're going to layer some bead caps. So I've got a smaller bead cap here, and then I'm going to do a spacer. And the reason we're putting these spacers in between is so the bead caps show, they don't just lay right on top of each other, because that kind of defeats the purpose of multiple bead caps if they're just laying down on top of each other to the point that you can't tell. See how this kind of creates a stacking thing? That's what you want. And her tail is going up. There we go. I don't know if that tail is going to work. We're going to try it. Okay. And then we just layer up a bunch of these, and these end up looking really cool when we're done. So I'm going to do the big one, the small one, with spacers in between, just big and small with spacers in between. See how that looks? It gives a cool effect. It looks like scales. Okay. And I may do one more. One more small one. Okay, so there you have it. And then I'm going to go ahead and put, I think, a rondelle spacer on, like this. Yeah. And then her little chest area, whatever you want to call that, like that. Okay. And now, I kind of like to bend her. See how you bend that in the middle so it looks like her tail's kind of... Okay, and then I'm going to do a couple of bead caps. So let's see. Let's do this one kind of facing up like this. That'll be good. And then I may just put her head on. Let's see what her head looks on right on top of that. Yeah. Oh, we got to put her arms on. That's important. Yeah, definitely need to put her arms on. Okay, so you're going to take your two eye pins and you're just going to put them both on here like this. Now it's just going to flop around at first. It's okay. Just let it flop for now. Make sure everything's tight though down on your wire, but just let those flop for now. Okay, so we got her arms on. Now let's see. She's got to have some sort of neck here. So let's do another rondelle, a smaller one, like this. And what you want to make sure of here is that that's going to sit down over top of the arms, the loops where her arms are, and it does. It sits down over top of them pretty well when this is pushed down. I think it's going to be fine. So now we're going to go ahead and do our bead cap, just like this. Okay, like I said, those arms will flop. It's really okay. Just let them flop. I may do two of the rondelles though, because I want her to look like she's got a little bit of a neck. And not just flat, you know, against her chest with. But that, do I like the way that looks? Actually, it is okay. So let's do the bead cap now and then her head and see how it looks. You just have to try with this. I mean, now see, I don't like it with her head on there. Now it looks funny. Okay, let's take one of these off. We just need the one spacer. And her arms flopping around is kind of annoying right away, you know, for a few minutes. But once we get this together, it'll be okay. I promise. Okay, so let's put it back on like that. Does it look better like that? Yeah, it does. Okay. All right, so now we're going to give her some hair. So I like to experiment here. So you can try, like, this hair is going to be too big, I can guarantee it, but I'm just going to show you. See, I don't really care for that. I don't care for her that big of a hair, I don't think. But so let's try this one and see what it looks like. This little more daintier one. This mermaid does not want to have big hair. Okay, so let's see how this one looks. And I like that better. I just like the filigree look of it better. I don't know. It's just a little more dainty. Okay, so we're going to do that for her hair. And then I'm going to go ahead and give her, let's see, let's put this one on top this way. Will that work? No, it needs to be a little more cupped. The reason for that is this bead cap here had a loop on the top, and I cut it off so I could use it on this. So now it has kind of a little lip up there, and it's not wanting to let my bead cap sit on there flatly. So I think what I'm going to do is take this bead cap off and cut it a little bit more. So I'm just going to take my cutters and see if I can cut that down. If I had a file in here, I would file it, but I don't. So my file is at work. I need to get a Dremel to keep in here. That's what I really need. And Chris has one somewhere, but I don't know where it's at. I'm not going to go hunt it down right now, because I can just trim this with my cutters and it'll be fine. So I'm just trimming the little, where the loop stuck up. Just trying to trim it down a little so I can get the bead cap to lay down flat on top of it, the next one that I'm layering. Okay, let's try that. That'll probably work. Okay. Yeah, I think that'll work. If you can hear the music in there, Chris is writing, actually. He's writing some original stuff. He's doing piano right now, and then he's going to put sax with it. He's so talented with music. My parents gave me like 10 years of piano lessons, and I can't play a single thing. It's terrible. Okay, so now here's what we've got. Now, we want to push you want this very tight, okay? So make sure you're keeping a really good tension on this, and if you feel it getting loose at all, just, even if you have to use your pliers, pull it tight. So I want to put something on the top of her head here, something pretty. Let's look at this bicone and see what that looks like up there. That is entirely too tall. I don't like that at all. Okay. I probably need a round bead. I don't know. Maybe a smaller bead. Maybe a smaller bicone might be better. I do have some tiny ones. Let me grab a tiny one out. I don't know. I don't want to, she needs something up there. Maybe it needs to be bigger. Maybe this part needs to be bigger. That might be an issue. Let me look here. She may need like a bigger crown on top. Now that doesn't look good. That looks like she has two bowls sitting on top of her head. Let's try this one. This is what I meant by having several sizes of bead caps out, because you don't really know what you're going to use. I'm actually going to look at these even. This one's kind of cute, and let's see if it's too big. Actually, that's kind of cute. If I have a bead I can put in the middle, and it almost is probably going to need a round bead, but let me see what the bicone looks like. It might be okay. Oh yeah, that's pretty. Okay. Yeah, that bicone looks good. Okay, so now we've got her together pretty much. Her arms are floppy, or now they're sitting straight out. We've got to make a loop here on the top, and we have to do it tight, okay? It has to be a tight loop. So what you need to do is take your pliers and bend this over as close to the bicone as you can get without crushing it, okay? You don't want to crush it, and we're going to make a wrap loop, okay? So actually, yeah, I do want to be as close to the bicone as I can. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to take this and bend it back over, just like this. Flip your pliers. Go all the way underneath your pliers, avoiding her crown there. Okay, and this is what you should have, just a loop. Now, I grab this with these pliers, and I'm going to take it and just wrap it as neatly as I can while holding with these pliers. And I'm going to wrap it as many times as I can until it's down to the bead and everything is tight. So for me, that was like 3 wraps, okay? And if you can see, everything's pretty tight. I mean, it'll move a little, but it's not flopping like, you know, all over the place. And then I'm going to cut this up as close as I can get to the wire, just like that. Now there's a little bit sticking out, and so I'm going to have to take my fine pliers, and I'm going to try to tuck that in without breaking. You don't want to break your bicone, so be gentle. Because if you break your bicone, you're going to have to start all over again, and that is no fun. So just tuck gently, okay? So here's what we've got. She's really cute, but her arms look crazy. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take and we're just going to bend her arms down, just like this. Okay? Just give her like a little bit of a shoulder. Take your finger and just bend them down. Just to where they kind of don't look like they're sticking straight out against, you know, straight out on the sides. Okay, and then straighten everything up. And see, I like to bend her so she looks like she's kind of like that. Okay, so now we're going to do her arms. Now, I see a lot of people bead all the way up her arms, and that would be kind of cute. Possibly, if I can do it with some seed beads. I don't like to do it with very big beads because I just feel like it looks weird when you have these huge beads all up her arms. But I really like these rainbow seed beads. They look really pretty with this color, so I'm just going to see what it'll look like if I bead all the way up. And I don't know, it kind of looks cool. Let's do this. Yeah, it gives her a nice little sparkle there. So let's just go ahead. And I'm just going to do seed beads all the way. I'll show you here. Let's just do seed beads, all the way down. And look at that. That's from this wire. Look how it's gotten on my fingers. Isn't that weird? How the wire does that. Rubs off on your fingers. My fingers were not dirty when I started this, I swear. I just washed my hands. It's from the wire. And now none of the seed beads are wanting to go on. What happened? They were all going on just fine. There we go. You just have to try them, I guess, and see. Some of them are obviously bigger than others. Yeah, I think I'm going to like the way that looks, though. A lot of times I just leave their arms plain. I don't put beads all the way up them. But I think this is going to be cute with these seed beads. If I can get enough on here. So this inspiration challenge has been a lot of fun for me, and it really has inspired me. It's made me want to make things more. And please, guys, if you haven't already, go over to Brittany's channel, Turquoise Street. I will link her in the description box below. And make sure you subscribe to her. She does some absolutely fantastic, beautiful things, and you don't want to miss out on that. Okay, so just bend her arm, you know, however you feel like it looks natural. And I know that the necklace and bracelet that she did today was absolutely stunningly gorgeous. I love the polymer clay beads that she made, and oh my goodness, they're so pretty. Okay, so here, now we've gone all the way down this arm, and I really like the way this looks, but I want to do something for like her hand on the end, so I'm just going to take one of these longer beads, if it'll fit, yeah. And I think that looks kind of like a little hand on there. So now what I'm going to do is just make a loop. So I'm going to take my pliers. I'm going to do a 90-degree bend here. And I'm going to make a little loop, a tiny one. So let me actually cut this a little bit smaller, because I'm going to do a really tiny loop. I don't want it very big at all. I need to get some tiny, like, precision around those pliers. But I haven't got any yet. I've been trying to build up my pliers with these Xuron, and I love them. They're awesome. Okay. So look at that. Isn't she adorable so far? She's so cute. Okay. So we're going to do her other arm. Let me grab some more seed beads, because I don't think any of these were fitting on. Well, maybe they are. Okay. That one won't. Grab a few more of these out. Okay. I love these seed beads. I think they're so pretty. Okay. Just put the seed beads on until you get enough where you think her arm looks like an arm. She's cute. I love these colors. She's going to be really pretty. Okay, I think that's long enough for this arm. Now I'm going to go ahead and put the little hand on and do the same thing I did on the other side. Just make a loop. A very small loop. Okay. Very, very small loop here. There we go. That's just really, well, we are going to hang something off of this one, but the other one was literally just to keep her arm on. So it just doesn't have to be very big at all. Now we are going to hang a little charm from one of them though. I think I'm going to hang the charm from this one because this one looks a little shorter than this one. Her arm, I mean. So, let me get these seed beads out of the way. Oh, I did not mention that you need E6000 glue. I'm sorry. I did mention that we were going to glue a pearl in, but I didn't specifically tell you to get E6000. Or, well, you can use any kind of glue, but... So here I have a little bit of glue. I have my little seashell charm. And I'm just going to put a little glue and glue this little pearl inside. Okay, so see I've got one little seashell charm here. I'm just going to put a little glue in there. Oh, my glue's dried out a little bit, goodness. There we go. There we go. And I'm going to take the little pearl and just stick it right in there. See? It's cute. And I'm actually going to hang it this way. I just want the pearl to be like a little surprise. If somebody turns her around, they'll see she's got a little pearl in there. So I'm just going to grab a jump ring. That's my cutters. That's the thing about these Xuron pliers. I wish they had different colored handles. I'm going to have to mark them because I keep picking up the wrong one. The cutters, thinking that it's the short nose pliers, and it's not. Okay, so I really want to put this on this side because her arm over here seems shorter, but I don't know if I can get it on in the hole. I made the hole too small. Yeah, I'm going to have to put it on the other side. It's okay. It doesn't really matter all that much. I mean, it'll be fine. Just work with it. Okay, hopefully it'll go in that one. Did I make my holes too small for a jump ring? No. Okay. Ooh, I was going to say. If I did that to both of them, then that was going to be a pain. Close those up. Okay. So there it is. It's very cute. She really is adorable. And this arm, I may just straighten out a little just so it looks not too much shorter than the other one, but I don't think it's really hugely noticeable. Okay, so now we're going to do her tail. So this is where we needed a bunch of bicones and head pins. So let's get our head pins. And you need a bunch of tiny jump rings for this. So let me dump a bunch out over here. My jump rings are all the silver jump rings are in a thing. All the gold jump rings are in a thing. Back when I started making stuff, I just didn't separate them out. I put them all together. I didn't really know any better. And now, it's not that big of a deal. I just have to pick through them to get out what I need. But, you know, now when I buy jump rings, I keep them sorted size-wise instead of just putting everything in together. But you live and learn, right? You really do. Okay. Alrighty. So there we have it. So here she is. I think she's cute. I got her. Okay, so now we're going to do her tail. And I think I am going to cut that off because I don't really like it sticking down there. I thought I might dangle something from it, but I think, well, I don't know. Let's leave it for a minute and see how it goes. Okay, so we're going to take our little head pins and we're going to make a bunch of dangles just using a single bicone, okay? So, and very tiny. You don't want to have like a big space. You want it to be little loops, big enough to get a jump ring through, but little loops. because you really just want the bicones to be showing. You don't want a lot of wire showing or head pin or jump ring. So just try to make them tiny. And I hope I made that one big enough to get a jump ring through, like I just told you guys. Okay. And I'm just going to do several different ones in the different shades of bicones. No rhyme or reason, just, you know, just picking different ones and making little dangles. Let's make sure I make the loop big enough on this one that I can actually get the jump ring through it. That is helpful. Okay. So Chris and I this morning, we did not make it to church today. And I hate to miss church. I hate it. I love my church so much. And I just feel like when I don't get to go that I've like missed out so much on, I don't know, I just feel like I'm missing something great. And so this morning we got up and we were going to drive through Taco Bell, because I don't know if where you guys are at, if they serve breakfast, but they do here. And they have these little tiny cheesy burrito things with like bacon in them, and bacon and cheese, and oh my gosh, they're like $1 and they're so good. And so we drove over to Taco Bell, and we had plenty of time. We were not late, and we're sitting there in the drive-thru, and nobody's coming, and we're like, huh, what's going on? So we drive around, and we can see somebody in there, but they didn't come to the window, or you know, they didn't come on the speaker when we pulled up. So we drive around again. So we're sitting there at the speaker, and nobody says anything. So Chris is like, well, I'm going to go in. But the restaurants around here, some of them are open back up. I don't know. It's random. I don't understand why McDonald's, you can't go in and sit down, but you can go in not Golden Corral, but, you know, like Longhorn and places like that. So it doesn't make sense to me. But anyway, I know it has something to do with capacity. Please don't everybody get on here and tell me. I know, but still. But anyway, so we drove around. He's like, I'm just going to go in. So he gets out and goes in, and he comes back in a second, and he's got this look on his face like, you know, and the lady told him that they got there late today, got a late start. And so this was like at 10 o'clock, and breakfast is supposed to start at 9. So it was like an entire hour later. And she's like, yeah, we got here late today. So, we just haven't made any food yet. He was like, okay. So we leave. And we head on toward the church because there is another Taco Bell on the way. We're like, we'll just drive through that one. So we get like halfway. Okay, my video stopped recording and I have no idea where it quit recording. But anyway, we're on this hunt for to get Taco Bell. So we head toward our church. And the main road that leads to our church, there's a police car sitting there and the road's closed. And we're like, what? So we have to turn around, go all this other way, like way back around a whole nother way. And so we finally get all the way around the other way to the other Taco Bell, which is on the way to the church. So it's not like we had to go out of our way to get to it, but we get in line and we pull up to the window, and now it's 10:30. And so Chris starts to order, and the lady goes, it's actually 10:32, like 2 minutes after they quit serving breakfast. The lady's like, I'm sorry, sir, we're not serving breakfast anymore. Ended at 10:30. It's 10:32. And Chris is like, oh, he's losing his mind, you know. And so we drive over to McDonald's. Well, by now, by the time we get through the McDonald's line, it's like 10:45 or something, and we still have like, we're not right at the church. It still would take us like 5 more minutes to get there because we have to go this roundabout way because the road is closed up on the other end as well. So I don't know what was going on. But anyway, I was like, let's just not go, because I hate to walk in late and feel like that I might disturb somebody or distract somebody that's getting something out of the service. I don't want to be the person that walks in and is a distraction to somebody. And so by the time we would have gotten there, church would have been going on for a half an hour. So we just didn't go. But I just feel like that I missed out so bad today, because I love to go and I love my church. And Pastor Tony we did watch it on Facebook, so we kind of heard what he preached, but it's not the same as being there. But it was really good anyway. He's so great. But Yeah, anyway, I missed it. So my whole day's been kind of off because of that, but anyway. All right. Okay, so we've got some little dangles made. What are you barking at? Sadie's growling at somebody out there. Okay, so we've got some little dangles made, and we're going to attach them. And what we're going to do is just attach them all over her tail. So anywhere that has a hole that you can get one of these little jump rings through on whatever tail you're using, stick a jump ring through there and attach a little bicone. And this is going to make her tail all blingy, blingy and look kind of like mermaid scales. Hopefully, that's the idea. Okay, so there's one. She hears something. I hear it too. Something outside. Sounds like a motor of some sort. I don't know what's going on. Let's see here. This really wasn't the best one of these to do because you can't really hang much in the middle, can you? I'm just going to hang them off the ends then. We might stick a crystal in the middle or something, but I'm just going to hang as many of these as I can on here. What am I doing? I'm totally missing the jump ring, aren't I? There we go. Okay, there's a couple. Actually, that's the back of her. There we go. She can flip around really any way you want her to. I kind of like to keep her arms in the back. I think that it looks better like that. What is it, Sadie? What do you hear out there? Or see? She was so funny earlier when she saw that cat. Because, see, she grew up. She was just... Well, she hasn't actually grown up with Sebastian. Sebastian grew up with her. But Sadie had a litter of puppies. And she had really just weaned them when we got Sebastian. So when we got Sebastian, I think he was too small, actually, to be taken away from the mother. But they were giving their kittens away, and we took him, and he actually started nursing off of Sadie, and she was producing milk, I guess, or she had stopped, but she started back again, where she had the puppies, I guess. And so I called the vet's office. I was like, is this normal? I mean, is this okay? I just don't even know. And he was like, yeah, it's fine. He said that happens a lot of times. He said, you know, he'll quit when he gets a little bit bigger. So he got bigger and got bigger and got bigger. And he didn't show any signs of stopping nursing from her. And he was by now like a teenager cat. And I'm like, okay, this is getting out of hand. So I would start like shooing him away whenever he acted like he was going to nurse off of her. But I think she honestly thought he was one of her puppies, and I think he honestly thought she was his mother. So they have grown up together pretty much, and she doesn't understand that she's supposed to chase cats, or, you know, that dogs chase cats sometimes. So she saw that cat earlier, and she just looked at it like, hey, and it took off. It was funny. It didn't see her at first, and then when it saw her, it was like extreme fear came over its face, and it like hunched down like she was gonna get it and took off, and she just stood there and looked at it like, well, I don't know what its problem is. It was cute. So see how this is? We're just hanging some bicones from her tail. Let's see, let's do that one next. But they love each other, Sadie and Sebastian do. And I still think he thinks that she's his mother, and she just thinks he's another puppy that never left. So, it's funny. Okay. Well, I kind of think that looks really cute. I wonder if she needs any more. I could put a couple more on there. This side could use one. And I probably will just hang one from the very bottom since I've got that hole there, and since I can't seem to get them through the middle holes on the tail, which was my intention, but I didn't think that through, that they wouldn't go through there. Okay. Let's see, that one hangs up kind of high. There's not one on this side. Let me look. Yeah, I kind of need one here and there on the other side too. If I can, I don't think they'll go through those little holes though. They're not going to. So it may just have to be like this. I may hang one. I could get one through right here probably. Maybe. Maybe not. These are the smallest jump rings I have. Yeah, they're not going to go through there. Okay. Well, she looks cute anyway. I'm actually going to hang a couple from here, I think, from the speed cap. So I've got one more. Might as well. Okay. Yeah, let's do that. That'll be cute. I'll hang one right here. Okay. So there she is. Let's push her arms back here. I like her arms back behind a little bit better. Just turn her body around. There's her tail. It's nice and blingy. And you can bend her a little bit if you want to, make her look like she's kind of sitting. But there she is, and I've actually got her turned around different than I did, so the pearl's going to show, but that's okay. I don't really care. She's really cute. Alright, so I could hang her if I wanted to on Coriana chain. That would be really pretty because it's kind of plain. And I probably would not do a lot of beating up it if I do hang her on there. My chain's a tangled up mess over here. Everything's a tangled up mess over here. Okay. Let's see, if I would hang her on Coriana, and this needs to turn. If you need to turn your, the way your loop is facing, you just kind of grab it and twist like that. If you can get a hold of it somewhere down in here and grab it and twist, then it will twist a little bit better, but there's really no place to pull, so I'm just going to twist it. There we go. That worked out. And then you can just put your Coriana chain directly through there, like that, and hang her on there, and she's really, really cute. And actually, I don't know, we may put our arms in front because they keep wanting to flop around to the back for some reason. Watching me put them in front, and then they'll flop to the back, so it really doesn't matter. I guess whichever way they're going to go, they're going to go. But she is really cute. Stay there. Why is it doing that? Okay, there we go. Now her arms are flopping. Why are her arms doing this? I've never had one do this before. That's annoying. Maybe I didn't get it tight enough when I twisted my thing up there. Let's kind of go over here and bend them down a little, and that might, there we go. That'll keep them. We'll just put them straight down and turn them out a little at the side, and that'll keep them where they need to be. Okay, there we go. She was having issues, wasn't she, with her arms? I don't know why they did that. I've never really had them do that before. It actually looks better. Oh, that is the front. Okay. I was going to say, it looks better this way. That's why, because I intended it to be that way. All right. So here she is on the chain. She's really cute. I love these mermaids. I just think they're adorable. So yeah, I'll probably hang her on this Coriana chain and finish it off with just a little lobster or clamshell and a lobster. So I may have to turn this loop a little bit better than this though, because it's kind of twisting. There we go. There we go. Okay, now she'll hang right. Yeah, there we go. That's perfect. She is really cute. So that's what she looks like, all finished up. She's got her bling on her tail. Her arms are staying where they should now. I'm going to bend her a little bit so she looks like she's kind of sitting. But there she is. Isn't she precious? I love these mermaids. So there she is. So now let me just lay her right here, and I'll show you how we're going to do the earrings. These are super easy. So let me just grab my little we're just going to glue the little pearls in like we did on her seashell that she's holding. So it just takes a little dab of glue in there. It doesn't take much at all. Set your pearl in. I do try to make sure that the holes on the pearls don't show. So see how that one, you can't see the holes. I try not to have them like facing right forward like that one is. So just flip it around a little. So there's our little pearls. And now we're just going to take a head pin, and I probably should grab a little bit longer one than what I've got out there. Or actually, we need an eye pin. Grab a couple eye pins and just bead up however you want it to be. So I think I may use one of these pieces because I really think they're pretty. These long little beads right here. If it'll go on there. There we go. And then just maybe a bicone. I like these teal ones, are really pretty. Okay, just like that. I'm not going to do a lot. My video keeps stopping. I must need to get rid of some stuff on my phone. Okay. And then I'm going to roll this back. Just roll the loop back. Like that. Okay. And then we're just going to go ahead, and I use jump rings. I don't like to hang things straight from the loop on there. I just feel like it moves better if you use jump rings. But I do use tiny ones for stuff like this. And we're just going to hang our pearl, and I'm going to do this one to where the pearl shows, just because I want it to, I think it adds to it with it showing on your earrings. Okay, like this. And I had 2 ear wires out here. There they are. They're buried under my jump rings. Just going to open the ear wire and put this on. Okay. And if you find it's hanging weird, you know, you just take you hold this one with one plier and this one with the other plier and twist until you get it the way that you want it. And I want this to show, so I'm going to twist it right around like that. And there it is. See, aren't they cute? So we're going to have our little set of earrings and our little mermaid girl. And I will go ahead and finish off this Coriana chain. You guys, I know if you've watched me, you've seen how I do this 1,000 times, but I'll go ahead real quick and do it. So I just hold her up to me and measure to get her where I want her, where I think she should hang, because I can put a little extender on there if I want to, if somebody else is going to be wearing her. But, so I'm just going to cut that off. Let me grab a couple of, not lobsters, but crimps and clamshells are what you're going to need. And I've had a lot of people ask me questions about the sizes of crimps, so I'll just, while I'm grabbing these out, I'll explain. I think it's probably not the correct way to do it, and I'll probably have people blast me for this, but I do not correspond the size of my crimps with the size of my clamshells. These are my crimps. They're all in one container. I don't know what size they are. I don't pay any attention to that, and I've never had a problem. So what I do is I pick out a couple that are not huge. All right, see that one? It's not huge. It will work just fine on this Coriana chain. And I know that that's not the way a lot of people do it, that a lot of people are like a size 2 crimp and a size 2. I have never done that. I never have, and I've never had a problem. So this is just how I do it. You can blast me if you want. I've been blasted a lot the last few days, it seems like. So go ahead. Take your best shot. But I do not worry about that, and I've never had a problem. Okay, never had a problem. So I just grab out, I do use these clamshells that have the closed loops. I like them better. Well, I did have some in here. Where are they? I have to pull some more maybe out of them. And I'll show you, I put a little bit of E6000 inside the clamshell, and they stay on just fine. And the clamshells that I have here, are just like that. See, with the little closed loops on the end? I had a whole bunch of them in here, and now I'm down to picking them out singly, but I do have another one fully in here. Yeah, there's one. Okay, so let me show you how I do this. It's super easy, and it works every time. Never had a problem. So you put your Coriana through the bottom of your clamshell. You put your crimp on. Now, I don't know what size crimp it is. It's just, it's not huge. I mean, you do have to make sure that they're not like swimming on your chain and they're going to just slide off. You don't want that. But if it is small enough to crimp down flat like this, and when you pull it, it doesn't go anywhere, then you're in good shape, okay? So then take your little toothpick and get you a little bit of glue. Okay. And put your glue in there. Just cover it up real good. That's going to make it very secure, okay? And then close it up. Just like that. And there you have it. It's a professional end. It looks great. It's secure and sturdy. And we're just going to do the same thing on the other side. Just put it right in there. Add your crimp. Now, if you can see, and my fingers look dirty from that wire I was dealing with, so please don't say that my fingers are dirty. They're not. If you can see, it's not swimming. I mean, the crimp is not huge, but it just is big enough for the chain to go through. And that's how I do it. I don't really know. I don't go like get chain and then get the crimps to match. I don't know. I mean, maybe I should, but I've just never done that. I just have a bunch of crimps and that's what I go with. I kind of fly by the seat of my pants. Close it up. You got a little glue in there, and that's going to be so secure, guys. I promise. It really is. So then you just need to take a jump ring, and I try to use a fairly thick one, but I don't know, not a huge one, but I try to make sure that it is kind of thick, so it's a little, I feel like it's going to be sturdy on the end of this, for the lobster to grab onto. And I'm just going to open it up, put it here. Now, if you want to put an extender on this, you definitely can. It won't hurt a thing. Grab your lobster, put it on. See, I grabbed my cutters again, thinking they were these. They need to mark these a little bit so you can tell what's what, but I do love these pliers. These are on pliers. They're awesome, and I just got them on Amazon, but I did see them the other day at Hobby Lobby. So they didn't have the round nose ones, which is what I'm in the market for next, I think, because I really do like them. Okay, and then there you have your little clasp. Secure. It's I love it. And here she is. Isn't she cute? Look at her. She's so cute. And then here's the earring, and I'll go ahead and make the other one here really quick since we need two. But I think she's adorable and whimsical, you know? It's just, she's different. You're not going to see everybody else wearing a little mermaid necklace like her, but I think she's so cute. And everyone that I've ever had made, I've sold. I made one named Phyllis. I named her after my grandmother. And then I made one named Beulah after my other grandmother. And then the last one I made was Layla, because I just thought that was a cute mermaid name. And Layla sold really fast. Phyllis and Beulah sold at a craft fair that I was at. But yeah, I think they turn out so cute. So I don't know what to name this one. She's got a lot of aqua in her. I don't know what to name her. What do you guys think? What's a good mermaid, a blue mermaid name? Like, I don't know. She needs something like Anastasia. I think Anastasia is the prettiest name. Or Annalise. I love the name Annalise. Both of those names I think are just beautiful. She looks like something with Anna in it to me. Either Anastasia or Annalise. All right, so there's your other earring. And if you need to twist it, like if it's not hanging exactly right, you grab the top one there, grab the bottom one here, and just twist it to where it's hanging just like you want it. So there it is, guys. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. I hope that these are inspiring you to, you know, get your creativity and get out of the slump. I really feel like they've inspired me. I've had a really good time with them. I've actually been filling orders all day today and just decided to take a break and go ahead and film this video so I would be ready to upload it tomorrow. So this is actually Sunday and I'll upload it tomorrow. But you know, I wanted to take a break and do this, so it's really kind of inspired my creativity again, this little challenge has. So go over and check out Brittany at Turquoise Street. If you have not subscribed to her, please subscribe to her channel, and check us both out on Instagram. And I guess the way it works, because I'm like not tech savvy at all, I'm like a I'm terrible with anything technical, but apparently if you post your pictures of your jewelry on your Facebook or your Instagram and then tag us, so you have to put like at a bead on a wire, I think, or at turquoise.street is Brittany's. And if you do that and then put hashtag, what'd we name this thing? I just like totally drew a blank. Hashtag Inspiration Jewelry Challenge. Oh my goodness, I think I need to go to bed. Hashtag Inspiration Jewelry Challenge. Then I think we will be able to see what you did. But I do know that if you just go to Instagram and search hashtag Inspiration Jewelry Challenge, it will bring up any pictures that someone has posted with that hashtag. So if you guys are making stuff, please do it. Please hashtag it with that Inspiration Jewelry Challenge. And so we can see everything that you've done, because I really want to see the things you've made. So as far as I understand, that is how it works. And like I said, I'm not the best at that. So Brittany, if you're listening and I'm wrong, please correct me, because I very well could be wrong. Definitely. So yeah, but I hope you guys have enjoyed this video and it inspires you to go make yourself a mermaid. And yeah, I have really enjoyed this today. And I want to tell you all, I appreciate each and every one of you. I really like reading the comments and interacting with you. And yeah, it's just been a fun thing. I've made a lot of really good friends through YouTube. I have several people that text me daily, and I really enjoy that. I have several people that email me, and I really enjoy that. And I don't always get to respond right away. Like, I'm very forgetful, guys, and if I'm at work and somebody texts or something, I'll see your text and then I will think, oh, I need to respond to that, and then I may forget it. Or same with email, but I do try. So if you don't hear back from me, please don't get offended. Please just text me again, because like I said, I'm just real forgetful, especially lately. I don't know, I lost my phone the other day. I couldn't find it anywhere. I looked and looked and looked and looked and looked. Chris called it. We couldn't find it. When he was like, you have lost another phone. He was like ready to kill me. And I went in to get a drink and it was in the fridge. I had put my phone in the fridge. So yeah, that's what's happening to me. I'm kind of losing it. I don't know what's going on, but it's terrible. And so it's been really weird. I don't know what's going on with me. I've been really emotional too lately. So just, you know, like I cry at the drop of a hat over stupid stuff, and I don't know what's going on. But anyway, yeah, I don't know where I was going with that either. So yeah, I've totally lost my train of thought again. But anyway, oh, I know what it was. I love hearing from you guys. I really do. So, yeah, get in touch with me. If I don't respond, please don't be offended, and just give me the benefit of the doubt and get in touch with me again, because like I said, I'm kind of going through like this mental issue lately. I don't know what my deal is, but anyway, you guys have a great rest of the day. I'm going to get off here before I dig my grave any deeper, and have a great evening, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.